Hey guys, welcome back to Film Title. Today we'll talk about the most nauseating moments on Dr. Pimple Popper. Let's head into it. Number 1. Dr. Pimple Popper pulls a rubbery grape-sized cyst out of a woman's hairline. In a recent video on her YouTube channel, Dr. Pimple Popper treated a woman with a grape-sized pillar cyst on her hairline. The woman had the cyst for 2 years, but it had expanded significantly in the previous year, to the point where her coworkers had become engaged in the girl's final outcome. In the video, Dr. Pimple Popper says we're going to have to charge them admission or something to watch this. Dr. P used an injectable solution to numb the area off camera before treating the patient. She then sliced through the pillar cyst center with a blade. It revealed a bloodstained rubbery looking white bubble. According to the National Institutes of Health, the most frequent type of cyst is a pillar cyst, which develops on the scalp. Pillar cysts affect less than 10% of the population and are usually non-cancerous. Pillar cysts arise when keratin, a protein found in cells, fills them. Dr. P inserted scissors beneath the woman's skin and around the cyst, releasing it from the fibers that were holding it in place. Lee then pressed around the pillar cyst with her thumb on one hand and her index finger on the other, and it began to burst out of the incision. Lee was still unable to totally remove it. She felt the cyst was seeping from the bottom, because when she tried to remove it, it shrank. As a result, she chose to remove the cyst with tweezers, rather than her fingers. The cyst erupted out of the skin cavity as Dr. Pimple Popper tugged and wiggled it while grabbing it with tweezers, leaving a gaping hole. Because the cyst was close to the woman's hairline, she used a Q-tip to remove any leftover hair or blood. The incision made a squishing sound as she did it. According to Lee, the sound was created by the softer nature of hairline skin. She stitched up the wound, gave the woman a headband to wear for 24 hours to keep the region compressed, and instructed her to come back in a week to have the stitches removed. Number 2. A 9-year-old lipoma named Chad. In a recent video on her YouTube channel, Dr. Pimple Popper treated the woman with a 9-year-old breast growth she dubbed Chad. Chad made it difficult for the woman to keep her bra straps in place, and she was ready to be done with the growth. A lipoma for good. Lipomas are fat-filled growths that appear between the muscle and skin layers of a person. Lipomas usually grow slowly and are modest, with a diameter of around 2 inches. When pushed with a finger, these growths normally feel doughy and move around a little under the skin. Lipomas are painless for most people, but they can be uncomfortable for others if they are near nerves or blood vessels. The lipomas can be drained if this is the case. Dr. Pimple Popper began treating the woman in the video by numbing the area with an injectable medication. Viewers could see the top of the tumor, which appeared yellow and was surrounded by blood. After creating a small incision in the center of the lipoma, Dr. P then squeezed the skin around the growth with her fingers. Lee snatched an apricot-sized jello-like substance off the surface with her fingers and tugged at it. Dr. P utilized scissors to snip at the lipoma's base and release it from the woman's body, but it refused to come out of the incision any farther. She then used tweezers to remove any residual lipoma fragments and stop them from growing again. Dr. Pimple Popper used a cauterizing pen to stop the wound from bleeding too much, then sewed it up to allow it to recover. She wouldn't let her patient go without first showing her what Chad looked like when she wasn't attached to her body. Number 3. Removing 5 cysts from a man's scalp. Sandra Lee demonstrated how she removed numerous pillar cysts in a video, posted May 7. According to the NIH, the most frequent type of cyst is a pillar cyst, which develops on the scalp. Pillar cysts affects less than 10% of the population and are usually non-cancerous. Pillar cysts arise when keratin, a protein found in skin cells, fills them. Dr. P used a scalpel to make a 2-inch incision on top of one of the cysts to treat the man in the video. The famous dermatologist injects a numbing medication around each growth before treating a patient, albeit she didn't display it on camera. She then proceeded to deepen and expand the incision with her scissors before inserting tweezers into the hole. Lee was able to grab the full cyst and take it all out at once. After some prodding around, Dr. Pimple Popper used her scissors to remove a tiny sac that held the cyst in place before sealing the cut with stitches. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.